U.S. This new video just into our newsroom showing strikes on more than a dozen Iranian vessels, including what the military said were ships that could have laid explosive mines in the strait. The president warning if Iran attacked ships there, the U.S. would hit back even harder. That comes just hours after the defense secretary vowed, in his words, the most intense day of strikes yet. That intensity on full display in these new videos. Launchers firing and intercepting Iranian missiles in the sky. Iranian launchers, the U.S. says, were hitting in tunnels and under overpasses, blown to bits. And this, Iranian boat after boat after boat going up in flames. All of it as we're learning more about the toll this war is taking on our service members. The Pentagon announcing some 140 wounded, in addition to the 7 that have already been killed. Our teams are covering the latest, and we start with Garrett Haake at the White House tonight.
Tonight, a massive wave of U.S. and Israeli strikes on the Iranian regime and a wild ride for oil prices, due in part to this post from Energy Secretary Chris Wright that, quote, the U.S. Navy successfully escorted an oil tanker through the Strait of Hormuz. Wright quickly deleting the post.
I can confirm that the U.S. Navy has not escorted a tanker or vessel at this time.
President Trump warning Iran to stop threatening oil tankers from traveling through this.
Our terrorist regime to hold the world hostage and attempt to stop the globe's oil supply. And if Iran does anything to do that, they'll get hit at a much harder level.
And oil prices tonight plunging down to around $86 a barrel. All as inside Iran, the Pentagon says it struck over 5,000 targets.
Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes.
Including taking out hidden missile launchers.
Ballistic missile attacks continue to trend downward, 90% from where they've started. And one-way attack drones have decreased 83%.
Though Iran still launching attacks on its Arab neighbors. This video showing an Iranian drone chased by a United Arab Emirates fighter jet. In Bahrain, the government says a woman was killed during an Iranian strike on a residential neighborhood. Tonight, new questions over the war's timeline, with President Trump saying the U.S. is, quote, very far ahead of its initial 4 to 5 week schedule.
It's going to be finished pretty quickly.
But also,
we've already won in many ways, but we haven't won enough.
And the president has also suggested he should have a role picking the new Iranian leader. We pressed the White House.
Is the ending of this war also contingent on a leader that the president finds acceptable? And if so, how is that not the definition of a regime change war?
Look, as President Trump has blatantly and frankly stated, it's obviously within the best interest of the United States and the West to no longer have a radical terrorist in charge of Iran. We have objectives that we have laid out that the commander-in-chief wants to see achieved.
And now a new image of the 5 members of the Iranian women's soccer team just granted asylum in Australia. Iranian state TV branded them traitors for protesting the Iranian regime by refusing to sing the national anthem. Yesterday, on the team bus, players had flashed the sign for help as crowds chanted, "Save our girls."
They are safe here and they should feel at home here.
Garrett joins us tonight again from the White House. So I know you have new reporting on the U.S. service members who've been injured in this war.
That's right, Tom. The Pentagon's saying 140 service members or so have been wounded, most of them with minor injuries, and they've returned to duty, but 8 are considered severely injured. And last night, the dignified transfer ceremony for Army Sergeant Benjamin Pennington was held. He's the 7th service member killed in this war. Tom?
All right, Garrett. All that uncertainty over the shipping channel as well in the Middle East. The price of oil may have gone down today, but the price of gas still skyrocketing. Camila Bernal now on the impact those prices are having.
Fallout from the war plain to see at every gas station across the U.S. The price of a gallon of gas now up 55 cents since the war began.
It definitely makes us second guess some of the financial decisions that we make.
In California, with the country's highest prices, gas is well above $5 a gallon.
200 miles, 300 miles a day.
Yash drives for rideshare and delivery services for about 10 hours a day.
What is it like for you when you drive around and you see gas at $5.79 a gallon?
Makes me sick.
Wild swings in crude oil prices also hitting hard for farmers just beginning the spring planting season.
I have a tractor that requires 100 gallons of diesel fuel to fill it up, and it costs me $469.
John Boyd grows soybeans, corn, and wheat at his 4th-generation family farm in Virginia. He says his fertilizer supplier can't even deliver what he needs.
Due to the war and the bombing through that area, the fertilizer isn't moving, which means it won't be readily available at all to me right now.
And at Josie's Flowers in North Hollywood, Fernando Ayala has already raised prices for deliveries by 20%.
If I have to eat the gas every time, it's gonna hurt.